All right. Looks like Trig lecture 10-1, I'm sorry, 10-11 and 10-12. The student will find the measure of an indicated angle in a figure. That means we'll be given a little drawing, given the measure of a different angle in the figure. So they're going to give us the measure of one angle and ask us to find the measure of an indicated angle. That's what we're doing, so here's what it might look like. Find the measure of the indicated angle. When we look at this, we want to analyze it for just a second. We've got a y-coordinate, an x-coordinate. We've got some angle of rotation that's drawn here. And here we have a given angle. This angle right here between the terminal side and the y-axis, negative y-axis, is 80 degrees. The question is, if this is 80 degrees, what is the measure of this indicated angle? Well, I look at it, I see that the rotation is negative, so I know it's going to be a negative value. Then I just got to figure out how far I rotate to get to here. Okay, so my answer is going to be negative, I know that. And I'm just going to start counting. Here's a rotation of 360 degrees. My angle rotating in a negative direction, 360 degrees, takes me to here. Then I go another 360 degrees. Well, that's 720 degrees, two rotations. Negative 360, another negative 360 is 720, and then I have to go this much further, right here. Well, if this is 80, this has got to be 10. So I'm going 360, 720, that takes me right to the x-axis, then another 10, that would be 730 degrees. And the negative indicates that I'm just the direction of the rotation. I'm rotating in a clockwise manner from the positive x-axis, and so my rotation is said to be negative, so my angle is negative. Negative 730 degrees if I haven't made a mistake. And I've got an answer key around here somewhere. Let's see. Negative 730 degrees, yay! All right, let's take a look at this one. Again, you've got to analyze it just a little bit. Oh, excuse me, my nose is stopped up. I'm going to be rotating in a positive direction this time. The angle that's indicated is the red one. The angle that I'm given is 65 degrees from here to here. The fact that it's in quadrant 4, excuse me, is coincident. Mercy. I'm gonna come drink a coffee, maybe get that coughing knocked out. Okay, let's try this again. So I'm given an angle of 65 degrees. If this is 65 degrees, what is this rotation? That's the question. So I'm going to just start counting. If this is 65, then I know that from here to here, this has got to be 25. Because this angle is a 90-degree angle. So I'm going to go like this. So I know this is 65, this is 25. Here we go. Rotating. Positive 360 is one rotation. How many rotations do I have? There's one rotation, 360 degrees, 720 degrees. I'm going to start adding 90s. 720 plus 90 is 810, plus 90 is 900, plus 90 is 990, 990 plus 25. My brain is working slow today, so I'm going to try my calculator. 990 plus 25. I should be able to do it, yeah, 1015. If I haven't made any mistakes. I just counted my way around until I got there. I realized that this had to be 25, so I added the 25. And let's see if I got it right. Yay, 1015 degrees. Just counted it around. Excuse me, mercy, I had a rough time this morning. All right, let's take a look at another one. Uh-oh, radians scare me. Pi over 4, I'm going to go ahead and convert that to degrees real quick. since most kids like to do that, that's what I'm going to do. Pi's cancel, and that is 180 divided by 4 is 45. So this is a 45-degree angle, the angle that I'm given. And I'm going to find my rotation in degrees and then convert back to radians, because my problem was given to me in radians. This is one way to do that problem. And later I'll show you how to count by radians, but for now, this is the way kids like it, so that's what we're going to do. So I'm rotating in a positive direction, and I'm going to go 45 degrees past the y-axis. So here we go. Here's 360, one rotation. 720 plus 90 is 810. 810 plus 45 is 855 degrees. Let's count that again just to make sure I didn't mess it up. I'm rotating once, that's one rotation right there. That's 360 degrees. Another rotation all the way around is 720 degrees. And then 90 more is 810 degrees. Plus 45 is 855 degrees. And that's in degrees. Now I want to convert that to radians because my original problem was in radians. So I take 855, I'll get rid of this little box here. I thought I was finished, but I've got to convert it back to radians. Times pi over 180. And we just reduce this fraction. See if I can get my calculator to come on, clear it. And that would be 19 over 4. Is that right? Oops. 19 pi over 4. This 855 over 180 will reduce to 19 over 4. Did that with my calculator. And I'm going to make sure that's correct. I don't have to do it with my calculator. Of course, I could check the answer sheet. 19 pi over 4. 19 pi over 4, yay. So we rotated. Don't forget, when I'm rotating, remember that the initial side is the positive x-axis. That's where we start our rotation like this. And then from here, we're rotating in a positive direction. And I'm just counting each one of these as a rotation. 360, 720, plus 90 is 810, plus 45 is 855. I changed it back to radians. I reduced this to 19 over 4, so it's 19 pi over 4 radians. And that's what the answer key said, so yay. All right, let's take a look at this one and we'll be done. I have the angle that's given to me is pi over 3, and we can convert that easily enough. I'll go ahead and do it in my head, 60 degrees. And what I want to know now is, if this is 60 degrees, what's this rotation? Well, I know it's in a negative direction, so I got to remember that my answer is going to be negative. And I'm going to rotate in degrees and then convert back to radians. Here we go. 360, 450, plus another 60 is 510. That's degrees. To convert that to radians, I'll multiply by pi over 180 and reduce. Might be able to do this in our heads. 51 divided by 3 is 17, so this would be negative 17 pi over 6, is that right? Whoops. Radians. Let me see if that's right, see if I reduced that correctly. Number 4. Negative 17 pi over 6, yay! So there we are. We're given a figure. We're given the measure of an angle in the figure. And based on that, we're asked to find a given angle of rotation. And that's how we do it. In radians, I went ahead and converted to degrees and then converted my answer back to radians. You don't have to do that. You can count in radians if you want, if you know how. And if you don't know how, I'll show you how eventually. And sometimes it'll be given to us in degrees. Just try not to get lost in your arithmetic, and remember you always start your rotation from the positive x-axis. That's the initial side of an angle of rotation. When we're rotating, we stop here. If this is 80, this rotation has got to be negative 730 degrees, so forth and so on. You can do this.